I do not have the symmetry on. I can pull on this gizmo, the blue arrow, make it plump like so, and we have our lip. Ta-da! Right click, object mode, kick out of it, bam, bam. This is what I mean by it does pick up speed right away. I just have to make sure that I like the shape. Yeah. I'm gonna get out of the X-ray. Alright. I like it. And it looks artsy. Yeah. I shouldn't screw around with this. Yeah. What if I go, first of all, say Control Shift S, 10, enter. Now if I screw up, I have a backup, right click, vertex mode this time. And then maybe I'll grab S4, maybe I'll grab, I don't know, all of this maybe. Press R. Again, I grab this bottom. Go back in here. So I'll take a look. Frontal. Turn it around. Turn off the grid. On the center one. It's a tad. Before, after. Before, after. Make it more. Have a strong silhouette. That's what I'm chasing after too, is the silhouette. Before, after. The center one. Always gotta be careful. Put on it some more. Alright. A little nudge. I wanna fatten this up. Maybe I'll go in. Maybe I'll try this out. I'll make this. And then pull on it like so. Before, after. Which is more round. Right click, object mode, kick out. Check it out from here. Alt 5, hide the shape. So you don't know. It's fine. It's not to be perfect, I guess. Just hate it. Hate the little shading, tone, changing, whatever. Alright, so not bad, not bad. Okay. And then spacebar, come back in here. Press 5. Get that word shading selected. I'm gonna go do soften edge. Set the angle to 30, maybe 40 degree angle. Curvature of the shading. There you go. Right, 40 is a nice number. Okay, so this is a low poly, right? And this is not acceptable right here because this is a sharp angle. So what I'll do is double click it. Maybe I'll play with this and this edges to help refine it. Double click it. I am in edge mode. Right? Then I don't know, Control Shift. I'm gonna just slide it up so it maintains the curvature instead of just doing this. So Control Shift, slide it up a bit. Double click that. Control Shift, slide that up a bit. So I have a bit more control on that. Double click that, Control Shift, slide that up. Turn on X-ray again. This is low poly. Double click. Press R. Fatten it up. So it kind of follows the silhouette outline. Then double click that. Fatten it up a bit. Double click that. Maybe soften that up a bit. Double click that, maybe do that. Double click that, maybe do that a bit. Maybe right click vertex mode. Marquee, select that, press W. I'm just gonna pull it down a bit. Not sliding it down, pulling it down. Maybe I'll grab this. Maybe I'll slide this one down. Control Shift and slide it down. See, this is what I mean by sliding. Like that. There you are. Maybe I'll grab that. Maybe I'll pull it down. And then maybe I'll press R. And then I'll fatten it up like that. So it's a nice curvature. So this is what I also wanted to demonstrate. I'm gonna grab this part versus this. Press W, Control Shift. I'll just slide it down so I have nice spacing. Click outside. I'll grab all of it. Press R. Now just do this so I have a nice flow. Yeah. While in low poly mode, maybe I'll risk fattening that up, like so. Hide that. Object mode. Looks alright. Press 1. Okay. Turn that on. Control Shift S. See that as 11. I want this to be a fatter lip. Right click, edge mode, double click it. Press R, pull on the center cube. Right there, nice. Lip. Double click it again. Shift right click, extrude edge. I'm in edge mode. I don't need this. I mean, I could just click on this guy right here, that little on-off switch looking thing. That is, we'll pull it down. Basically, this little gizmo, right? It's the same thing as just, well, more or less near the same thing. Where press W, just yank it. What I'm showing is that there is flexibility to the gizmos. This is just your default move being applied to the extrude versus just using the fancy gizmo thing. Anyway, pull it down. Press 4 so you can see it, the lip, like so. Click outside, right click, object mode, kick it out. It shows this faceted. I'm gonna go and I don't need this. These are copies. That's the option box. 30. Pose. 30 degree angle and the shading value. Ooh, what the hell? Right click face. Select all of that. Dang. 30. Maybe I'll make it press 4 for wireframe. Select the faces. Make it 40. Click object mode. Lift it Control Shift S. Right. Maybe I'll try experimenting, grab that. Hold Shift, marquee, select both. And maybe yank it down. And then I'll grab this, holding Shift and marquee, selecting like that. Pull that down a bit. So that was front. This is the side view. And I'll grab that, marquee, select that. Maybe this is side view again. I just don't want it to be tipping like that a bit, so I'm going to just pull it down slightly, this and this, making sure I grab the other side, right? Do the marquee select, then I'll press forward, maybe I'll grab this, maybe I'll pull it down, and I'll grab that and that, the pair in the right view, pull it down a bit, so you see the flow. See the flow going this way. Hopefully it didn't mess with anything. So from the left to the front, press 3, right click, object mode. Press 1 for low poly. Maybe I'll right click, vertex mode. This tip, it's just annoying me. It's just visually annoying me. Grab the tip and I just pull it up just to get the right silhouette. Alright, so yeah, I like that. Okay, good. Control Shift S. See this as 13. Okay, turn off that. So as you can see, the faces are clean, nicely laid out. All that hassle, so that this would be nice. Nice. Good. And I can press 3 and make it high poly as well. It's kind of chunky though. Damn it. Whatever. I'm gonna turn this on. Alright, now I'm gonna make it too chunky. Maybe I'll grab this. Dial it back. I'll grab that. Dial that back a bit. Then I'll grab this. Dial that back a bit. Grab that. Just blend that a bit. And then I'll grab this. And then maybe I'll pull it back a bit. And maybe alright, fine. Okay, so I changed my mind. I just dialed it down a bit. Now I'm gonna make and press H. I'm gonna make this. So I'm gonna grab my model, press H to reveal it again. H as in Henry. Alt 5. I'm gonna go grab that. Here's my midline. Right click, edge mode, double click it. And then here, shift right click and hold. I'm gonna choose bevel edge. So immediately it does something crazy. what I'm gonna do is the chamfer, I'm gonna turn it off. So chamfer on, chamfer off. And then I'm gonna go squeeze on the fraction. Right? So typically chamfer is on, but chamfer off. All I wanted was this and this line to be made for me. And on the fraction, holding control, squeeze it like that. Kick outside, right click, object mode, get out. Alt 5 to turn off the wireframe unshaded. Okay. Select it. Do a 30-degree angle. Soften, harden edges. Okay. In the front. So here's that extra lines I made. What that does, every time the lines get closer and closer like this, it stiffens it up like that. And now, alright, so I made that. What I'm gonna do is right click, edge mode. So like I said, that and that. And the chamfer being turned off. I'm gonna double click the middle. That's the original line. Shift right click, I'm in edge mode. I double clicked it, this edge loop. I'm gonna bevel edge again. And I have this time chamfer on, which is fine. I'm gonna kick out so I don't deal with that. And I'm in edge. I'm gonna right click, face mode. And here, shift, double tap, select all of it. Right. So again, the way I got both of that, just in case, is where I did the bevel, right, with the chamfer on. Shift, so I select all those faces going across, shift right click, extrude face. Right. I'm gonna pull out. Maybe I'll just pull out like this much. And then maybe I'll go in. This is and when this type of extrusion where it's out like this is called extruding it out locally, meaning locally from the point of origin of what you selected, which is called local. If I click that, now it's gonna be pulling and extruding from the center of the 3D world, which is global. Anyway, I'm gonna click on the little on-off switch. So this is local. And now I gave it more of a lip, pulling it out. Now I'm gonna grab this cube and pull it down. Oh, what the? Undo. So that's the local translate that I pulled. I'm gonna go offset, holding control. Press F because the camera's bugging on me, and then offset, holding control. I'm gonna gently taper it. Like that, like 0.03 or something. And then maybe I'll tuck it back in a bit, like so. Kick outside, right click, object mode. Oof. That's too thin. Maybe what I'll do is, and I'm gonna go and pull back the tool, and the way you do that is pressing T. Wait, no, wait. I'm gonna click that first, and then press T. Right? Right, okay, so here it is. Offset, press 0. So I undid the taper, and then instead I'm gonna just pull out the logo. Okay. Select it. Press W, get out of my way. 30°. We're gonna soften edges. Maybe I'll make it 40, not a 30. And then I'm gonna go and this is still too skinny. Right click, hold edge mode, double click that, this and this. Maybe this will work. Control Shift. I'm gonna pull. Maybe not. I'll double click that, this edge. Control Shift. I'm gonna slide it up. Like maybe around that much. Then I'll double click that. Control Shift. Hold Control Shift and slide that up so I get a bit of a transition here. Before, after. Then click outside. I'm gonna go and grab down here. Control Shift. Tuck it. Slide it down. Maintains the angle and shape. And maybe I'm gonna match that. This one too. Maybe I'll pull this back up a bit. Maybe match. And then I'll grab this down here. Kick out. Grab that. Double click that. And then Control Shift. Making sure I have to double click it and pull on it. Control Shift, so I pull it down. You can see it more beefy. And then double click that. This side has more surface area. Control Shift. There. Spacebar. Turn off X-ray. Double click that. Control Shift. Slide. Nice. Alright. Right click, object mode. There you go. Alright, so that part was done. I'm gonna go, I'm in my front, and I'm gonna click on the X-ray again. Alright, so this part here. Okay. I gotta put the stars. Alright, so it's nearly done, but there's just some grunt work to do. Basically, alright, so this might look a bit overwhelming, but it's manageable. I need to make this area